What's going on YouTube? My name is FG3000. I'm back in the place to be and welcome to V4. This is a brand new mobile first but also cross-platform with PC mobile MMO that just came out last night and brought to you by Nexon. So if you do want to download the title, I will have the links in the description below. So let's go ahead and get started. But before we do, let me make one thing 100% clear. This game is your traditional mobile MMO fare, right? So expect auto path, auto quest, auto combat, auto grinding. There's absolutely nothing in this game that if you don't already like this gameplay framework, nothing in this game is going to change your mind. As pretty as the game looks, it's still your very traditional mobile MMO, all right? So I wanted to get that out of the way as fast as possible. But hey, if you're still here, if you're a fan of games like Perfect World Mobile, Black Desert, Dragon Raja, and you're curious to see, is there anything about V4 that can convince you to kind of break away from those games and maybe jump into this one? Stick around. Let's figure it out. I feel like the very best way to show off these mobile MMOs is just to do a live gameplay session. So let us begin. First things first, I'll show you what my character looks like. FG Lolly in the place to be. Why'd you pick a Lolly, FG? Well, because I have never, and FG means never, used an axe gun. All right, I've used a gun sword, shout out to Squall. I've never used an axe gun. So I had to use that just because, you know, I love unique weaponry. Your character also has a demon form as well. So as you do combat, you're gonna build up a meter, which allows you to basically go Super Saiyan. So there you go. Of course. So let's go ahead and jump on our little auto path here. Jumping on over here to this spy camp, and I'll show you what combat looks like. And this is going to be probably one of the best parts about this game comparative to Dragon Raja, Perfect World Mobile, Black Desert, and to kind of give you guys a little bit of background on that. I max leveled multiple times in Perfect World. I did the very first level cap in Black Desert. Didn't do a lot in Dragon Raja, but I definitely did play that game quite a bit. And I will say, compared to those games, I love the combat here in V4 much more. Is it still just as hands-off as other mobile MMOs? Absolutely, right? And we'll talk about that here for a second once we jump into some combat here. Let's just go and fight those guys right over here. What's going on, guys? Let's get to work. Throw it on auto combat, and away we go. So right off the bat, Nexon does something very interesting with V4 here by including something called an action cam. Now, all of the other mobile MMOs, they're very hands-off, right? Everything about those games is very autoplay, including the camera angles. So you find yourself playing those games for hours at a time, kind of looking at the same boring viewpoint all through your gameplay session. I really like this action cam because it gives you a little bit more visual flair and fidelity to the combat. It's very cinematic. Like, all of these camera angles to me just like, I love it. I think every single game should do this from now on. If you're gonna make an autoplay MMO where you're not really doing anything, at least make the not doing look spectacular like this. So I very much like this little action camera here. It brings all your moves to life, and it gives you different angles of some of these mobs that you're fighting. Because once again, if you kind of compare this to a game like Black Desert, after a while, all of the mobs really kind of blend together because you have this really high up bird's eye view camera angle in that game, isometric if you will, and you don't really get a feel for some of the really cool, like that camera angle right there. You really get a feel for what these mobs look like. So when it comes to combat, when it comes to perspective, I gotta say V4 by far is my favorite one when it comes to these hands-off mobile MMO phenomenon that we have amongst us. And I know a lot of people are very confused about why people like this game, and I'll take a couple of seconds to kind of jump onto that. Here's the best way that I can kind of help you kind of understand why people play games like this, right? The people that enjoy these games are not, they don't enjoy it because of controlling a character, right? They enjoy it because they manage a character. So if you're trying to look at this through a lens of a normal MMO where you take control of a single character like in World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy, ESO, you take control of a character in those games. In these games, you manage a character. Now, it's a very subtle difference, but it's a very important one. And if you look at it through those lenses, like, okay, I get it. I'm managing a character, I'm managing my stats. I'm more concerned with all of the things that go into making my fireball do 500 damage versus pressing the button to shoot the fireball. So hopefully that kind of helps out. I know every single time I cover one of these mobile MMOs, people are like, oh my God, who plays these games? Sometimes FG does, but a lot of people do play these games and really enjoy them. And that's the reason why. They look at these games as a management style game where they are, once again, managing a character. And things like this camera angle, things like this action cam, I think go a long way of making this more appealing to them as well. Like, I think this is actually a really, really good addition to the mobile MMO space. So what else are you going to be doing in the game? Well, you've already seen me auto path to a quest NPC, get a quest, go over to the location, auto path to the location. I have to kill 32 of these guys. So of course the autoplay will kill exactly 32. Once it's done killing the 32 mobs, it's going to auto path directly back to the NPC. All of that is very reminiscent to all of the other mobile games that you've already played in the mobile MMO sphere, right? That has not changed. But let's kind of go through some of these menus here so you can kind of see what else you're going to be doing. Once again, a lot of the things that you see in the screen all come down to managing your character. Now, this is something that I think that this game does a lot better than a lot of other games. So the action cam is number 1. Graphics is number 2. The fact that you can actually manage your character without being interrupted by things going on in the game world. I know that sounds funny, but a lot of these games, they want you auto-pathing back and forth to NPCs, and as soon as you go into your menu to kind of do some other stuff, it drags you right back into the world. You're like, dude, I'm trying to do something in the menus. Not this game. So the entire game will continue to play in the background while I can go in here, I can upgrade my passive stats via this Demon Stone. Once again, Black Desert Mobile has something very similar to that as well. You have your skill tree. Once again, since the combat is so hands-off, being able to kind of customize your skills that you have on your bar at any time and kind of switch them in and out is very important. So there are going to be activatable skills here, and as you guys can see, quite a few that I still have not unlocked. Right now I'm level 27. Talents I have not unlocked just yet. That's going to be level 51. The potential, if you played Black Desert, this is basically your Black Spirit, right? I can take gear that I'm not using, register it, throw it in there, get stats as I move along. 100% Black Spirit without the Black Spirit. Literally pulled from the game. Workshop, very straightforward. This is you upgrading gear. So if I want to take these earrings right over here, I can use these scrolls, hit the enhance button, and then away you go. Thank you for the enhancement failed, you jerks. So very, very straightforward. Once again, nothing that you really haven't seen before. Soul stones are going to be kind of your gem system here. So certain weapons are going to have gem sockets that you can upgrade and improve as you move along. So very straightforward there as well. A multitude of really cool mounts. I'm not going to go through all of them just in case you don't want to get spoiled by some of these really cool ones here. But yeah, very cool mount system here. And all the mounts, of course, are going to have different types of passive stats. But if you don't like the specific mount that has the stats that you're looking for, you can always use this transmog system to change the mount into something that you prefer to have. The game also has kind of like a little gacha system as well. So you can do like an 11 pool of pets and mounts and things of that nature, combine them together, make them stronger and more potent. So of course that's going to be represented. The same thing with pets here. Pets provide passive bonuses, as you guys can see. So this little, I don't even know what you want to call this. I actually don't know like the real fantasy term of what this thing is, but this is going to give you 75% EXP as long as it's kind of flying alongside you. This is not like Black Desert or anything like that where they have to loot things for you. Loot happens automatically. These pets just basically provide you passive EXP gain, passive stats, but you have to use a scroll to keep them out and about. And you can kind of see it timing down. This doesn't mean I'm going to lose the pet. This just means it's going to be unsummoned, and I can only summon it again if I have summoned scrolls. So very straightforward. The game also has kind of like if you played World of Warcraft, it's kind of like a garrison system. It is not like the node system from Black Desert. So what you can do as you gain companions, you're going to get companions via the story and of course through the shop. You can send these companions to go to specific places in the map to either run around killing mobs, doing gathering for you, for example. So right now I have this companion gathering iron ore for me. Very straightforward. I like this. I don't want to be doing my own gathering. You can, but you also have companions that can do the same thing. And of course, you have different types of companions that are going to have strengths and weaknesses that you can get out of the gacha. And some of them look pretty fantastic, as you guys can see. So very straightforward. Let's keep going through all the rest of here. Quest is pretty straightforward. Missions, research. As you kill monsters, you're going to get different types of passive bonuses. The more you kill them, the more bonuses that you get, the more rewards. Once again, Perfect World had that. Black Desert had that. Abyss is basically what you will do if you are, let's say you don't want to actively do quests in the game at the moment. You just want to grind up experience. Abyss will allow you for, right now I have 1 hour and 51 minutes left with this open dungeon. I can just send my character out into this world and they just grind for 2 hours and just bring back loot. That's pretty much it. It's just a grind location. So if you're at work, you're at the gym, you want to go take a nap, you send your character out in the abyss, and they're going to come back with a bunch of goodies. You also have the demon mode, and I forgot what this was called in Black Desert, but it's exactly like Black Desert, right? So you're gonna get these little orbs that allow you to summon these demons, and what you can do with these demons basically is as you kill them, they get stronger and stronger and stronger. Let me give you guys an example. So I've already killed this demon at stage 1. If I summon him again, I can fight him at stage 2 if I'm strong enough. I am not, to get better loot. Every single time you kill them, you can fight a more and more powerful version of that mob over and over and over again to get even more rewards as long as you have these orbs. This one does have an auto repeat feature as well. So I don't remember Black Desert having one of those. Now, as far as I can remember, I don't remember Black Desert having like an auto repeat for this gameplay mode, but I could be wrong, and that could have absolutely been added to the game. But it, once again, functions exactly like that gameplay mode. You go into this little instance area, you beat up on some trash mobs, you eventually summon a big boss, you beat that big boss, and then once again, it gets stronger and stronger and stronger the more you summon it and the more you defeat them. So we'll go through a little bit more gameplay here. As far as like difficulty and things of that nature and turning off autoplay, it's there is no gameplay areas in this game that I've seen thus far that force you to turn off autoplay. I know Black Desert had a few locations where they force you to turn off auto the first time you play through them. This game does not have that, so everything is autoable even the first time around. So we'll kind of, I love the graphics in this game though, I gotta say. And I gotta think back to how bad of a job did Nexon do? Preach it, FG. No, seriously, how bad of a job did Nexon do with the landing page in the Play Store for this game? Say whatever you want about this game at a gameplay perspective, graphically it looks good. And the screenshots that they chose to use on the Play Store look so terrible. Like the graphics were so plain and muted and devoid of color, and this game is anything but that. This game is extremely colorful, it's very vibrant, it's very alive. Like a lot of the enemies in this game have a lot of cool personality. They don't look like generic enemies that you see in all the other mobile MMOs. So for them to use some of the worst screenshots that I have ever seen in the Play Store takes a special level of talent, ladies and gentlemen. How did you do that? So I'm not saying that the outcome would have been any different, but those screenshots for V4 in the Play Store, they look atrocious, and this game does not look atrocious. So bad move on you, Nexon. So let's kind of keep going through here. We're going to be eventually summoning the boss here once again, exactly as it is in a Black Desert. While we're here kind of doing this, we'll talk about all the other things that you kind of expect when it comes to these games here. So you have auto potions and auto mana always going on. Of course, you can dictate what type of HP you want those to trigger on. You also have different food items, and these can also be auto adapted as well. So you see I have this little scrolling box around all of my little items here. So every single time my EXP booster is about to wear off, it automatically pops it. My attack boost automatically pops it. HP, movement speed, automatically pops it. I like this, by the way. This action cam. Give me an action cam in every one of these games from now on, because this boss in any other mobile MMO would not have been as exciting. I think it's actually pretty cool. So let me go ahead and show you demon mode here, since we haven't had a chance to show you that. So now I'm in demon mode. I have a slightly different set of skills, and that's pretty much it. The screen goes crazy. I do more damage. Once again, Black Desert has something exactly like this. But I think this does it a little better because at least your character actually has like a demon form that actually looks different. So shout out to them on that one. Speaking of looking different, I know that's going to be a point of contention for a lot of people when it comes to playing any MMO, not just mobile. I mean any MMO, period. Cosmetics, armor. How does that work in this game, FG? Good question. I'm about to answer it. So far, now this could absolutely change. There are no cosmetics in the cash shop for armor. Nothing. There's mounts, there's pets, there's like little packs and bundles and things of that nature. There are no cosmetics for your character's armor or weapons. How long that's going to remain, I have no idea, but I'm kind of here for it. I'm kind of tired, and you know, some people might come for me on this one, but I'm kind of tired of all of these games being cosmetic only cash shops and still being pay to win at the same time. Like, they're still pay to win, but all of the cosmetics are locked in the cash shop. Yo, let me have a little bit of visual progression in my character. Let my armor and my weapons change as I get stronger and stronger. I'm only level 26 right now, and I would say my armors might have changed like 5 or 6 times, maybe. They weren't really dramatic change, let me be real, but they have changed, and I definitely look different than what I did when I was level 1. My weapons have changed every single time I've done an upgrade. I like that. I don't want to be in a game where I'm controlling a character, and the only way I can make my character have some visual progression is by going into the cash shop and buying a Valentine's outfit, right? You know what I mean? I want to have a little bit of something that drops some creatures that gives me a little bit of like feel for, hey, you've been playing the game, you're getting stronger, etc., etc. So let's keep, I do love my little rocket jump, by the way. I'm using an axe gun. I'm using an axe gun. You like this game, FG? I mean, I'm gonna play it for a little while. So other gameplay modes, you have this boss, of course, region boss, world boss, whatever you want to call it. Pretty much, once again, exactly like Black Desert. If you can, if you're online at the time, go fight the boss, go die a few times, and get yourself some loot. There's a nice little icon right over here that'll let you know when that time is about to happen. The only thing I do not have unlocked in the game right now is this Lunatar, whatever this is. So I have no idea what that could be. More to come on that one, maybe, if I decide to stick around in the game. Item sets, very straightforward. So you have two options when you find gear in the game, right? You can use it to basically unleash your potential to give yourself more passive stats, or you can register it. Once again, all the games do this. You can register it, and this will allow you to get passive bonuses if you find the complete sets of these items. So very straightforward there. Friends list is a friends list. There are guilds in the game right now. I have not been able to join a guild just yet, and I can't make a guild until I'm level 30, so no waifu crew in here just yet. There is a trading post, so there's going to be trading in the game. Your exchange shop is very convenient. All of the currency that's in the game right over here when it comes to buying things can all be used in one convenient location with this little penguin here. So as you go through the game, you get currencies from different locations in the world, different types of dailies, etc., etc. You can use that currency to go in here to buy some actually pretty good things. So this little blue shrimp currency, I can buy some gacha pools for mounts. So this is a 1x pool, this is an 11x pool. The same thing with pets as well. So it looks as if there's going to be a good degree of being able to get a lot of different customization options, mounts, pets, etc., free to play. Of course, more to come on that one. And of course, this is Nexon, so you know, you know what you got to do. So that is that. But that's pretty much the entire game here. As far as ranking, right now, I'm the 55th highest boom blade in the server. In addition to that, there's also PvP, which I haven't been able to do yet. Did I just get stuck in the environment? Come on, V4. Oh, it figured it out. All right, V4, you got me. There's PvP. I have not been able to do that just yet. And a mode called Rush that is on the way. And that is V4, ladies and gentlemen. Like I mentioned, nothing here really is going to change your mind dramatically about mobile MMOs in any way, shape, fashion, or form. But if I had to, right, and this is not going to sound like the most glowing recommendation you've ever heard in your entire life, but if I had to, and I was trapped in a room all day, and they were like, yo, you can only play 3 games, Perfect World Mobile, Black Desert, V4, or another mobile MMO that you can't think of right now, FG, what you want to play? I would say V4. I would say V4 by a long shot. I think it looks the best, the combat is the most visually pleasing, and I think the systems are way more streamlined and a lot less tedious than all of those games combined. So for whatever that's worth, ladies and gentlemen, that is a V4. This is the PC version, by the way. I should have mentioned that in the very beginning of the video. I better put it in the description below this video before somebody yells at me. Once again, my name is FG3000. That is a V4, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Also, backspace has been pretty chill. Like I said, I've been playing the game for several hours now. I'm level 27. Have not had a problem with backspace or back weight at all. So thank you for that. That might bite me in the butt a little bit later, but we'll have to see. But that will do it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, once again, my name is FG3000, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.